Your Excellencies, invited mentors, mentees, parents, thank you for making time to be with us today. You have our heartfelt gratitude for your presence at this graduation ceremony. Today also commemorates the passing away of my dearest father, Pandit Omkar Nath Moti. ON Moti BASECAMP 6 Steps to Summit is a skills and mentorship initiative started in the memory of my father, Pandit Omkar Nath Moti, who was born in Kashmir. This has been specially created to help young adults aged 18 to 25 from the Kashmiri Pandit community who were displaced from Kashmir in 1989. As many of you know me, I am Namita. Now I'm a Singaporean, but I'm also from the same displaced Kashmiri Pandit community. My late father was an ardent proponent of gender equality and loved and respected my mother, Shakuntala, dearly and always believed in the power of knowledge and education. He raised all four of us, Mrs. Veena Kaul, Mr. Anil Moti, Mrs. Nalini Sadhu, and me, as strong individuals and contributing members of the society. To continue his legacy, ON Moti Basecamp 6 Steps to Summit program was initiated. After a challenging time with COVID in Singapore as well as in India, the pioneer batch of mentees are finally graduating. Congratulations, mentees. Today, we mark three events. First, the graduation of our first group of mentees. Second, the launch of the book to celebrate the life and values that I would like to share about my father. And third, today would have been my father's 90th birthday. He loved celebrations. And to celebrate his beautiful life, it is my privilege to launch the book titled The Legacy of Positivity. It is a labor of love and my thoughts about my dearest father, who I miss dearly. Some of the things Daddy would always reinforce is fearlessness, faith in the Almighty, and giving you 100% to the work you do. Looking after your body and sharpening our intellect through knowledge were some of the lessons my father taught us. He believed education is the only tool to remove inequality, biases, and achieving a level playing field in life. In Indian culture, Lord Ganesha, who is readily identified by his elephant head, is widely revered as a deity who removes obstacles and is honored at the start of rites and ceremonies. We will now invoke Lord Ganesha, the patron of learning, to bless all the students present here. Now, we will ask Akash Paul, one of our mentees, who also happens to be an upcoming Kashmiri singing star, to sing one of my father's favorite Ganesha song. Akash, over to you. So, Jafar, could you play the video, please? Jafar, could you play the video?
Greetings to everyone. As Miss Nomita said, we pray to Lord Ganesha as it is considered auspicious to begin all our tasks by praying to him. So here I am presenting a hymn to God Ganesha. सूर्यकोटि संप्रभा निर्विघ्नं करो मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा नमः आश्रय शरण करतम दया श्री गणेशाय नमः ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः श्री गणेशाय गणपति गणेश्वर श्री प्रभु कलराज गणपति गणेश्वर श्री प्रभु कलराज फजलो निपादन कल्यामा श्री गणेशाय नमः फजलो निपादन कल्यामा श्री गणेशाय नमः आश्रय शरण आश्रय शरण आश्रय शरण करतम दया श्री गणेशाय नमः
Thank you so much, Akash, for that wonderful rendition. May my Father and the gods bless you, and may you become the best version of yourself. Thank you very much. Now, it is my pleasure to start the formal segment of our program. And now, Your Excellency Khakramon Shakirao, Ambassador of Uzbekistan in Singapore, Your Excellency Modisi Mokatlane, High Commissioner of South Africa to Singapore, Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai, founder of Chanakya International Institute of Leadership, and our esteemed members of the panel, Mr. Johan Berger, Ms. Priyanka Ray, and Ms. Rebecca Lowe. The mentors who have been part of this educational journey, both for us as mentors and mentees, Mr. Johan Berger, Ms. Rebecca Lowe, Ms. Cherry Gandhi, Mr. Karthik Balasubramanian, Paras Kher, Ms. Soumya Kumar, Arjun Dar, and Nikita Dar. Thank you very much for sharing this dream with us and making it a success. And for with your blessings and with your help, we are able to see today's graduation day. My gratitude. I also would like to welcome all the parents of our mentees. Thank you very much for entrusting us with your children. We are ever very grateful. Now it is my pleasure to invite His Excellency Khakramon Shakirao, the Ambassador of Uzbekistan to Singapore. He was also part of our inauguration. He has been instrumental in initiating many successful collaborations in the education sector between Singapore and Uzbekistan. And we hope our mentees do get an opportunity to expand their horizons to all geography of the world. Your Excellency, a few words of wisdom and encouragement will go a long way in encouraging our mentees. So, over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Madam Nomita. Good evening, everyone. Your Excellency, High Commissioner of South Africa in Singapore, Chief Mentors, Mr. Sunil, Madam Nomita, dear future young leaders, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me a great honor and immense pleasure to attend this graduation program and convey my sincere good wishes for all of you, every success on your future endeavors. This gift of education will go a long way in your lives, so do value it. It's a great way to keep the legacy of Pandit Omkar Nath Moti's life lessons alive through all of you. The world is a big place, and there is something we can always contribute to each other's life. I am hopeful one day you will also be able to carry these forward and made a significant contribution to the future development of your beautiful country, India. Taking this opportunity, I would like to invite our mentees also to visit my country, Uzbekistan, to explore our culture, which has many similarities with Indian ones, customs, to get friends among our energetic and hardworking youth, and collaborate on the way of strengthening friendly international networks with other countries. On this note, I would like to once again to wish all of you all success on your future life and on your future, yes, very important life. And I hope that all people here will provide the help as much as possible we can for you. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Excellency. Thank you so much. And I'm sure this will go a long way in encouraging them and making them the best. We appreciate your words and your presence. Thank you very much. Moving forward, it gives me great pleasure to invite. Could you mute everybody? There's some noise. Akash, could you mute everybody? Now, it gives me great pleasure to invite His Excellency Modise Mokatlane, the High Commissioner of South Africa in Singapore, to say a few words. High Commissioner Modise, before his appointment to Singapore, was a member of South African National Assembly. He was part of and a witness to South Africa's struggle for freedom, and he will share how one triumphs over adversity. Ambassador, High Commissioner Mokatlane, the floor is yours, sir. Please, with your words of wisdom, encourage our young people so that they are able to achieve best successes in their life. Your Excellency, please.
Program Director, Your Excellency Ambassador Kakramon Shakirov, the Ambassador of Uzbekistan, Dr. Radhakrishna Pillai, Sunil Da, co-founder and chief mentor of the program, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to be afforded an opportunity to make a few remarks on such a prestigious event as the Moti BASECAMP 6 steps to the summit. Today, we are here to honor the resilience of young people to overcome adversities imposed on them by social circumstances, but also to witness how benevolent intervention can actually assist in terms of mitigating the circumstances of these young people. Circumstances which have accompanied them throughout their own lives. I want to say to these young people today, nothing can defeat the human spirit in life. I did my honors degree at the age of 63. I was already beyond the pension. It is an indication of resilience, and it is the resilience which must actually accompany them throughout their lives. Beyond, in fact, the program we are about here today. I acquired this prestigious degree at the prestigious university called the University of Witwatersrand in South Africa. I had to stay for many years after my primary school, almost 3 years, without attending school, working in a garden and earning very little but putting together money that I can actually go to school at some stage. That was the same case also during the time, in fact, when I was incarcerated on Robben Island, where Nelson Mandela was, in the struggle to emancipate or liberate our own people in South Africa. I also missed many years after my secondary education because I had to serve 5 years there. But that did not deter me. I was a young person, and I'm confident that you as young people, given this opportunity by this organization, you can actually go beyond, in fact, the difficulties which you have encountered and ultimately become the relevant person in order to change the circumstances of our own people, your own future. I want to thank you and urge you that grab this opportunity and make the best use of it. I thank you, Program Director.
Namita, ma'am, you are on mute.
Thank you, Excellency, for your wonderful sharing and wonderful words. As you rightly said, nothing can beat the human spirit. And I would like this to live in the hearts of all the mentees we have. No one can defeat you. And build on the strength which is innate in all of us and move on. Go grab those stars. Thank you very much, Excellency, for your time and for your sharing. Now it is my pleasure to invite and call upon Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai, the founder and director of Chanakya International Institute of Leadership Studies at the University of Bombay. Many of you in India know him. He is rated as India's #1 best-selling business author and has been described as one of the top 50 management thinkers from India. Dr. Pillai has ignited so many minds, and we felt honored that he agreed to spend some time with us and address all of you, because you are at the base camp of that big summit which is awaiting you. And we know his words, his experience will leave a remarkable impact on your lives. So without further ado, it is my greatest pleasure to ask Dr. Pillai to address the mentees and guide their path. Dr. Pillai, over to you.
Namaskar. Thank you, Namita ji. First of all, congratulations to each one of you for 3 events. Respected excellencies, the dignitaries over here, the mentees, organizers, and of course the parents over here. 3 events rolled up into 1 event. First of all, the graduation ceremony, the book launch, and very important, birthday of one of the visionary leaders. I would like to say that this should go on to the memory of each one of you for taking up the first step towards one of the biggest things that you will do in life. You know, celebrations keep coming and going, but memories will keep guiding us. And therefore, I would like to speak about 2 points that has guided my life in whatever little successful I have been. So the first principle has been, don't think big. You may be wondering, what am I talking about? You heard it right. Don't think big, think biggest. So if you want to ever think, why are you thinking about number 2 or number 3? Think about being number 1 in whatever you do. It is said that you never win a silver medal. You actually lose a gold medal. What does it mean? Aim for the gold, and whatever you get, accept it with grace. So as we say that, do your best and leave the rest. So when you're planning your life, planning your career, think for the biggest. And the beauty is that each one of us is born unique. Each one of us is born unique, so bring out the best in you and therefore think biggest. The second thing which I would all of you to know, that I come from the great Indian land of spirituality, and all of us directly, indirectly are connected to India. And I would love to talk about the most well-known aspect of India or Indian culture, which is called spirituality. You know, spirituality gives us the strength to withstand all challenges, because the real bala or the strength doesn't come from outside, but it comes from inside, what we call as Atma Bala. I was listening to His Excellency, and both of them, when they were speaking about it, they told very clearly that, you know, we need to build our inner strength. So, first thing is about spirituality. Look at Mahatma Gandhi, who said very clearly, my life is my message. So, can each of you have your own message to give to the world through your actions and through your life? I would like to build Indian spirituality to two more S. The Indian culture is about spirituality, but it's also about science. So today I received a book which I inaugurated. It is on mathematicians of India. And they were scientific. They contributed to various other contributions in the field of science and technology. So look at our particular culture from the standpoint of science also, spirituality and science. And here is the final S, which I think everybody needs to know when they are on a path to success. And that is strategy. Yes, you may work very hard, but you also have to work very smart. So with that, I would like to say that as you graduate out, your responsibility begins. As you graduate out, your responsibility begins. When I completed my PhD and I got a gold medal, my teacher told me, PhD is not the end of the journey, but the beginning of the journey to contribute to others. Let each of the mentee remember that what you are today is because of the contribution of lot of known and most unknown people who have been part of your journey. Give back more than what you receive. What you have is the gift of everyone to you, but what you do with what you have is a gift to everybody else. Thank you so much. Have a great and successful life ahead.
Dr. Pillai, wonderful words, and I'm sure these words will go far with our mentees. And since you are in their vicinity, they will know how to reach out to you and learn more, contribute more. Very nice message, and we are very thankful to you for addressing the mentees and being part of this program. Namaste. Thank you very much. Now, before we move on to the next segment, I also want to share that my dearest father was a great proponent of gender equality. And today I am very honored to have two of my very dear friends who have done commendable work in the field of gender equality. Corina Lim, thank you very much for your presence and your time. And Lavinia Thanapathy, who has also ignited so many minds, so many women, and has been associated with such great work. And we are very thankful to you for sparing time and being with us. And I am sure your powerful presence is going to go a long way in helping our children shine further and making this an equal and just society. Thank you very much. Now we come to the third segment. We've been talking about ON Moti BASECAMP, 6 steps to summit. Now, some of you who have been associated with it, you know what we're talking about. But those who are here for the first time, and maybe also parents, who saw your children doing something in the rooms with us, but you were not very sure what was happening. So in order to make it simple and simplify our journey, I would call upon Mr. Sunil Dhar, who is my partner in crime and also co-founder for our ON Moti BASECAMP initiative. He will run you through this journey and let us all know more about what went into making this program and what happened during this time and how it impacted the wonderful mentees which came and joined us. Over to you, Sunil, please.
Thank you, Namita. Jafar, can I take over the presentation?
You
Akash,
will help. Can you give him the sharing rights, please?
are you able to see my screen? Okay, good evening, Excellencies, distinguished guests, mentors, mentees of the BASECAMP program. I'm Sunil Dar. I'm the co-founder of this program together with Nomita. And I'll just run through a short presentation showcasing the BASECAMP 6 Steps to Summit and give you insights into how this program began and what we have been doing in the last 1 year in this program. So ON Moti BASECAMP program, let me pick up the pointer. ON Moti BASECAMP program is a mentorship program, as Nomita said, for the youth 18 to 25 to enhance their confidence and competence to gain internships and better employment opportunities. Now, we picked up this program to mentor the mentees with skills that are different from the usual skills that are taught in the educational institutions. The program is a sharing initiative by established professionals in their fields to transfer their knowledge to next generation. This is a mentorship initiative to empower Kashmiri Pandit youth to reach the pinnacle of their potential. So when we started this program, Nomita and I were discussing how best can we impart our skills and the skills of like-minded and experienced professionals to the youth. And that's how this program began. The thought behind was that to give something more than just the traditional education, the real life skills that we need to impart to the youth. So that was the background. And what we've been doing through the year, let me minimize the screen, is we began the program last year, October. It's a long journey, almost 1 year finished. And we started with the pre-admission process. It took some time to identify the mentees. We did rounds of interviews. We had a formal admission process. We started early this year in January with the inaugural program, a basic grooming program for the mentees, a timetable writing, how to write the timetable, started with the very, very basic things, how to write journals, how to develop reading habits, how to build on punctuality. And then thereafter, we went into self-development of mentees. We did career counseling, personal grooming, presentation skills, voice training by special mentors, contest and culmination of the program, as you see today, into graduation. We did before that CV writing skills, interview preparation, public speaking contest that you might witness today, later, and the graduation day that is today. And what we expect hereafter is to award internship to the winning contestants. And also we expect them to join us in the mentorship of the next batch. So it's imparting the holistic life skills through the journey to all the mentees. Now, co-climb to the summit, mentees were not alone. We were always together. It was a climb not just for the mentees, for the mentors, and also the specialists that worked together with us. First time for us, first time for the mentees, and also for a lot of specialists who joined us also first time. So it was hard work that went into the program together, and we see the success together. Now, who are the mentors? Most of them are here. Excellency Shakirov, Ambassador of Uzbekistan to Singapore. He did the inaugural address in the beginning of the year when we inaugurated this program. Mr. Johan Berger, he's an education specialist. He works with UAE University, and he did the program on pushing your own boundaries. Ms. Rebecca Lowe and Ms. Ingrid Ho of Voice Charisma Academy, as Nomita introduced earlier. Rebecca has over 25 years of experience in MediaCorp Singapore doing the voice training. She coached the mentees on multiple occasions on voice coaching between March and July this year. Ms. Charandeep Gandhi, she's a former grooming and development facilitator for Gulf Air. She did the course with the mentees on etiquettes, grooming, dressing for success, and all the mentees loved the course because this was totally unexpected. We also had Karthik Balasubramanian from Bangalore doing the training on technologies, trends, opportunities, career in tech. Again, very cutting edge. And Karthik is a blockchain and artificial intelligence expert, co-founder of KIP Foundation. He works out of Bangalore and San Jose. We had with us Paras Kher. He's a member of the Kashmiri Pandit community. So really very, very powerful motivation for the members, for the mentees. Assistant VP Credit Suisse Singapore. And his pitch was on success story. I too was there once. So this is so relatable to all the mentees. Ms. Soumya Kumar, she's a data scientist at Columbia University, USA. She did a program on No Shortcut to Success. She imparted the resilience, the importance of resilience, and the importance of hard work to all the mentees. We also had Mr. Arjundar, who's a trainee solicitor in Goodwin Law, London, United Kingdom. He made a program for education and career choices, also guiding the mentees on how to make choices in career, what judgment points to take note of. And Miss Nikita Dhar, she took a program. She's a student in business, Georgetown University, USA. She did a program on resume writing. And Nikita herself is a student, and she won 2 prestigious internship programs during her course. One of them she undertook this year, another one next year. So she taught all the mentees on how to write an excellent resume. So these were the programs that we did through the year. And we definitely feel a deep sense of gratitude to all the mentors. We have certificates ready for each one of you, and they'll be mailed out very soon after this program to each one of you. Thank you so much for joining in this journey and doing this so voluntarily out of your own goodwill for the kids. Now, the learning outcomes that we expect, and I'm sure we have achieved, is remarkably improved self-confidence among the children, among the youth that we have trained. They've learned how to set their goals. Many of them got internships, some with Sun Media, some outside on their own. Their presentation skills have improved dramatically. They all have definitely much better job prospects than when we started earlier this year. And also not to forget, we had third-party collaboration with Dr. Rohit Kaur. He's the CEO of People's Hut Foundation. This is a charity foundation that's run in Jammu. And he was instrumental in bringing out, we had computers given by corporates for the students. And Dr. Kaur runs a charity foundation in Jammu. So through him, we were able to pass the computers to the children. And also you see on the right, we had some press coverage earlier this year in Kashmir Times about this program. So thank you, Dr. Kaur, for working together with us. And success milestones, there were a lot of celebrations through the year. Our phones just kept buzzing through the year. Akash Paul, he performed, he's a singer, as you heard him just now, a remarkable upcoming singer. He performed virtually in 7 overseas events in the last 6 months. He's also joined as research and marketing analyst at Sun Media right now. Akanksha Thakur, a very bright, intelligent student. She scored 87% in the first year of her bachelor's degree in commerce. She was able to conquer her fear of speaking in public. Divanshu Raina, admitted to a reputed business school in the state of Maharashtra and also worked as an intern in a prestigious organization. Mayur Kaul secured admission in a reputed business school in the state of Maharashtra in India and also scored 91% score in his first semester. Also worked as a business analyst and intern in multiple organizations through the year. Ritu got an internship at Mamsis Consultancy and as a full stack developer. This was also remarkable. Discovered herself as a philanthropist. Shirin, another aspiring student, she wants to be a diplomat, topped the Department of Political Science with very high grade, attended a Doha Conference 2021 as a speaker with MIT University. Sukhruthi, she's a working professional, earned a big raise in salary within 7 months through her dedication, punctuality, and hard work. She felt exponential development of her inner personality, and we echo that. Yashika Mantu started masters in chemistry, initiated work on project on emerging research and green chemistry leading to sustainability. Also worked as a research intern at Sun Media. And Vinivesh Raina, who's also our India chapter lead, he was recognized as Techstar for F20 for being one of the top 1% outperformers of the year in his organization. He was given an opportunity for a management certification program for IIM Calcutta, very prestigious institute, and also given an opportunity to work with the innovation team in his organization. Remarkable achievements through the year, and all this has happened in this year with all the mentees. Now, just some glimpses of what we saw on our phone. This is not all. I can assure you, we used to receive every day. Phone kept buzzing through the year, and so much of energy, so much of love, so much of bonding with each of the mentees that we developed through the year. As Benjamin Franklin said, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. So we firmly believe in it, and we are convinced now at the end of this journey that this was a real great investment and the beginning of a great journey, as Dr. Radhakrishnan said just now. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining me. And if any questions, please feel free to reach out to Nomita at sunmediaonline.com. We'll be happy to answer questions. We'll be happy to, let you join the journey in the next program. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nomita.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dhar. This was magic to my ears, to see all these young people doing so well. And in such short span of time, it encourages me and it makes me, as a mother, it makes me very, very proud. Thank you very much for working so hard, young mentees. Now, when we started, thank you, Mr. Dhar, for sharing. I forgot to thank you. So just to share with you another bit of information about our beginning. When we first started and we were looking for ways to help out and contribute, we reached to youths to ask them what they wanted. One of them was Vinivesh Raina, who turned out to be quite a visionary youth. And he said, and I wanted to start a scholarship in the name of my late father. And then I reached out to him and he said, ma'am, we don't need your money, give us your time. And it was with this intent that we founded a mentorship program, Moti, BASECAMP 6 Steps to Summit. Vinivesh is an engineering graduate in the field of electronics and telecommunications from University of Mumbai, India, who's worked as an artificial intelligence developer in the innovation team at Accenture in India, and is now pursuing management certification from Indian Institute of Management, Calcutta, which happened during this time, while we were in this mentorship program. That made us very proud. We will now hear from him about what he thinks and feels about this journey of BASECAMP, which germinated from his intent of doing better for the community, reaching out. And over to you, Vinivesh. Jaffa, if you could play Vinivesh.
Thank you, Ms. Nomita, for your kind words. Hello and namaskar. I, Vinivesh Raina, Country Head India of the ON Moti BASECAMP Mentorship Program, 6 Steps to Summit, welcomes all the special guests of honor, dignitaries, founders and chief mentors, and my dear BASECAMPers on the graduation day of our very first batch. It's really a moment of joy and pride for all of us for successfully completing the journey of our first batch. It all started a year ago from the conversation of how can we bring a change that would lead towards the good and betterment of our future generations. And the only way to do it was by inducing the legacy of education, intellect, and professionalism among them. So this journey started. About myself, I am one of those Kashmiri Pandits whose family had to leave Kashmir after 90s genocide and stay in refugee camps within our own country. My childhood went into those camps, watching out my parents struggling hard to make my life better. It wasn't easy for me either. But eventually, With God's grace, blessings of our ancestors, along with my parents and my hard work, I was able to become a professional IT analyst. I completed my graduation in the field of electronics and telecommunication from Mumbai University in the year 2017. And currently I am pursuing management certification from Indian Institute of Management, Calcutta, one of the top B schools in India. This journey made me realize that it's not only the hard work of the individual, but it is a result of a collective effort done by many people, organizations, and governments on the back end, which create such environment where that individual can grow and become successful. I would also take this platform to thank a lot for the great work done by then Chief Minister of Maharashtra State in India, late Sri Balasaheb Thackeray, who passed an order in early 90s after the genocide to create a supernumerary vacancy in all the higher education programs in the state for the children of our displaced community. Because of this visionary gesture of him, it was possible for me and thousands of other children of our community to bear the expenses and pressure of the higher education, establish ourselves and our careers. It's because of people like him and late Sri O.N. Moti, whose vision of making education a legacy among the people of this world, we started this BASECAMP initiative to make that vision come true. And I, being one of the youngsters, feel immensely proud that we are a part of this journey and its legacy. Once again, I welcome you all and wish all the best to my fellow youngsters for their future endeavors. I would love to end by saying, let's not focus on bringing the change, but also be the change. Thank you and namaskar.
Thank you, Vinivesh. You are the change, and we've seen the results of your thinking. We are very grateful to have you as part of the country lead here in India. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is that part of our program where we introduce our mentors who we have been really talking about. Now, who are they? How did they come about and all? Sunil has already told you. But now let's meet them. Let's know what they are saying. So what will happen is I'm going to introduce, I will ask each one of them to say a hello to you, and then we will listen to their speeches. These speeches, they have worked on them for many, many months, and also they have chosen their own subject matter depending on the journey they were on to. And for this section, we are very honored to have two judges, and the mentors were taught by Rebecca and Ingrid, who spend a lot of time in improving their speeches and giving them that confidence. Thank you so much, Rebecca. Now the two judges we have today is Mr. Johan Berger, who has joined us right now from UAE. And for this showcase session, where Mr. Johan Berger has been very kind enough to lend his ears and his expertise to the program, and we are ever so grateful. Mr. Johan Berger is in Education and Business Development Manager for Executive Education and Postgrad Studies of the College of Business and Economics at the United Arab Emirates University. He has a lifelong passion for working with people and teaching. We thank him for agreeing to be part of this feedback session. And as we listen to all the speeches, Mr. Berger will be working on his verdict of who he thinks is the deserving candidate to be among the top three. And both the judges will give their verdict towards once the speeches have been all showcased, and then they will give us their feedback, and they'll also mark the candidates. The second judge is Ms. Priyanka Ray. And she's a psychotherapist and a coach to teens and adults. She's also a speech communications arts trainer and a registered mentor at Singapore's Ministry of Social and Family Development. In her communication avatar, Priyanka is also a writer and an author, and she has worked on several prestigious projects with Sun Media, and she has been an ardent supporter of everything we wish to do or wish to achieve to make this world a better place. Priyanka will also be judging the speeches and the presentations by mentees. She will have her own marking, and towards the end, she will give a feedback following Mr. Johan Berger's review. So this is what to expect in another maybe 30-40 minutes. So let's start the showcase section. We have with us 8 competing participants who were voice coached, as I said, by Singapore's Vocal Charisma Academy, run by Rebecca Low and Ingrid Ho. The topics were chosen by mentees in discussion with all of us mentors, and it is my pleasure to call upon our first contestant, Miss Akanksha Thakur, who also happens to be the youngest contestant. She is 18 years old, and she is, in Singapore term, she is a chili padi, power pack. So Akanksha, why don't you say hello to everybody and introduce.
Thank you, ma'am. It's been a pleasure for me to be here today. A warm welcome to the respected dignitaries, mentors, and fellow mentees. I, Akash Paul, extend a warm greeting to all of you for this vibrant and exciting session. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And now we will hear what Akanksha has to say and know her a bit better. Jafar, if we could have Akanksha's story onto the screen, please.
Good evening, everyone. Let me introduce myself. I am Akansha Thakur, 19 years old and a student of Bachelor of Commerce degree from Cluster University of Jammu. I was born and raised in a refugee camp. I'm still staying here with my family. ON Moti BASECAMP, 6 Steps to Summit, is a program where I can learn. It's a place where I gain confidence at such level that makes it possible for me to speak in front of public. It turns an introvert person like me into an outgoing person. Today, I am here to talk to you about my topic of no butterflies in my stomach. Have you ever felt nervous or anxious when starting something new? When you get butterflies in your tummy, I think most of you may have felt that. You must be wondering why I asked you this question. Because in my case, I don't get butterflies. It sounds unusual, right? That I have no butterflies in my stomach. So, for this summit talk, let me tell you why I have no butterflies in my stomach. Everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses. To me, life is a learning experience. So, identifying and knowing my strengths and weaknesses can teach me how to improve myself and grow. Knowing my positive abilities can help me in accomplishing my goals. Knowing my negative abilities can help me to develop myself better and grow. There is a saying, strength doesn't come from what you can do. Strength comes from overcoming the things you thought you couldn't. My greatest strength is that I am a quick learner. I like the challenge of taking on new things. I believe that learning is the key to improvement. I enjoy learning new skills and challenging myself. Most of the time, when I am trying something new and I am determined to make it good on the first try, I learn very fast and manage to achieve what I want. As I said earlier, I am a quick learner. So tell me, does everyone here know who is a quick learner? I believe a quick learner is someone who is capable of understanding new information at a rapid pace. I am an attentive learner who is able to grasp new concepts quickly and efficiently. I discovered that I face no difficulties in learning new methods at all. Another one of my strengths is to motivate people around me. I help them to discover their abilities. I also praise them when they succeed. Motivation is a two-way street. I have encouraged people to do better. Just by my example, I always motivate my younger brother and sister. I also motivate many of my friends, either in their studies or in any other area. I feel very happy when they manage to do what they wanted to and thank me for motivating them. My greatest pleasure is that I am able to help others. Everyone must know that there is no shortcut to success. Hard work is the only key to achieving success. It teaches us discipline, dedication, and determination. It is definitely more important because it is only through hard work that we can achieve the goals of our life. One of my greatest strengths is that I am a hard worker. As a student, I can submit my schoolwork on time. I always focus completely on the lessons in class and don't hesitate to keep asking questions on topics I am not able to fully understand. I have heard that hard work is one of the most important traits of a very good student. Regardless of my natural intelligence, I always put a great deal of effort into improving my capacity to learn and application of facts and skills. As you know that I'm a person who likes to work very hard in order to achieve my goals. When I was in class 12, I lost my father due to an illness. At that time, I had to be very strong in order to be a support to my family through that difficult time. My father's passing also affected my studies. At that time, I remembered that we can achieve anything when we work hard for it. So I found solace in working very hard in my studies. As I knew I had to compete with my classmates. In the end, the hard work of those days on my studies gave me the sweet fruit of an excellent result in the exam. I got 95.8% in my 12th standard and also topped my class. So when I say I get no butterflies in my stomach, it doesn't mean that I never get nervous or anxious, but I conquer that with all my confidence and hard work so that I always give my best and never let myself down. My aim in life is to be a chartered accountant. I know with my immense hard work and perseverance, I will not let anything to hinder my path and I will achieve my dreams with flying colors. Thank you so much for honoring me with your presence and attention.
Namita, unmute.
Akanksha, where did you get that power from? You are such a battery packed little girl. I am so proud of you. So very proud
Thank
of
you.
you. You've always made me proud, and God bless you. And now it is my honor to ask Devanshu Raina to talk about himself and also the topic he's going to share with us. Devanshu, hello and welcome, and tell us about yourself or whatever you want to say.
Hello, ma'am, and thank you for introducing me. So, my name is Devanshu Rana. Firstly, I want to welcome both the Excellency and all the dignitaries and also the respected people who joined us today here in our graduation ceremony. I am so honored to be here today in front of you all performing my speech. To be honest, this is not just a speech, these are my emotions. So, let's move to the speech. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and it's such a joy to see you. Jafar, let's hear what Devanshu says through his emotions. Each one of you is making me so proud. I don't think I can sleep tonight.
Hello everyone, my name is Devanshu Rana and I'm 23 years old, currently pursuing my Masters in Business Administration from University of Pune in the field of finance. ON Moti BASECAMP, 6 Steps to Summit, helped me to learn a lot of new things like building up confidence, trust, and relations. Apart from all of these learnings, I also got new friends and such nice mentors who trust me, care for me, and are always there for me whenever I need them. Today, I'm here to share with you a very important part of my journey that changed me and my outlook towards my life. I started out as a mentee a year back in Basecamp looking for advice, insights, and improving my skills. I came with the identity of a fresh computer graduate from University of Mumbai, but I was confused what steps to take forward in my career. With a mindset to clear my doubts, I joined this mentorship program and it totally changed my life. So, with a big smile on my face and a dream to conquer the world, I will share with you how mentorship changed my life. Mentors shaped my life in unexpected ways, open doors to new career paths, or straighten out a life gone amiss. For me, it's hard to quantify the benefits of mentoring, but the strong mentor mentee relationship distributed benefits across many areas of my life. Before joining this program, I was very confused about my future. Should I go forward with my further studies or apply for a job? My mentors here made me realize my strong management skills. On interacting with them, I shared my thoughts about my future and they inspired me, encouraged me, and showed me the path on which the world is running currently. After that, I realized how much I am lagging and I changed my mind. They are the ones who made me believe that I am capable of much more than I am thinking. Hence, I made my decision to go for an MBA in one of the best universities in India. During this program, I was assigned tasks like my other mentees, which eventually helped me in developing useful skills. My mentors provided specific insights, knowledge, and their guidance paved the path for me to walk on and achieve my goals. They made me stay focused by tracking my progress continuously. Knowing that someone is watching me served as a motivation for me, and I never wanted to let them down by failing to meet my goals. Before joining this program, I had a fear of public speaking. I even got nervous while talking with anyone. But my mentors boosted my confidence and they made me believe that I too can. And today, I had overcome all of my fear and nervousness. I feel that I am fortunate enough to not just receive guidance from our chief mentors, but also our visiting mentors who were from different walks of life. Each one of them left a mark on my personality. I learned a lot of new things and built professional connections with them. I know everyone here would have had a mentor in their life who taught you small or big things. And I also know that you won't deny the fact that mentors guide mentees like me without even expecting anything in return. They work hard selflessly for others' benefit and help students like me to grow and set up on a right track. In the end, I wanted to say that there are people in your life who trust you and make a profound impact. Just like that, my mentors supported my growth, helped me to set my goals, encouraged me, and were a constant source of knowledge. Mr. Sunil and Ms. Nomita, it's a blessing for me to have you both as my mentors. You both have helped me to find the right path of my life and change my thinking to build my own destiny by myself. I also want to thank Vinivesh for making me a part of this valuable program. Just like Oprah Winfrey said, a mentor is someone who allows you to see the hope inside yourself. Thank you, everyone.
Excellent. So proud of you, Devanshu. And I am so overwhelmed by your confidence and very thankful to God that He has given us an opportunity to work with you. God bless you. Uh, I mean, besides being a mentor, I'm a mother, So I'm like so touched and overwhelmed by their confidence and their words, how much they have grown. I cannot thank God enough. All right, now I can't cry because I have to do my job also. So moving on, we have this dashing young gentleman. His name is Mayur Kaur. He will introduce himself. Hello,
Thank you,
Mayur.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Good evening and welcome, everyone. Uh, I'm very grateful to be the part of this program where I've learned a lot. Today, I can truly see a change in myself where I started to this day. In this program, each and everyone here is like my own family who are there with me through thick and thin. So, for my life journey, I prepared a speech which will surely connect you like what I've been through all these years and how Sunil sir and Nomita ma'am have changed my life. So let's get to the speech. Thank you.
All right, Jafar, let's hear Mayur Kaur.
Greetings, everyone. I am Mayur Kaur, 24-year-old MBA student from India. ON Moti BASECAMP. I have learned a lot, laughed a lot, and shared a lot of experiences. It has changed me from someone who lacked confidence to someone I never imagined myself to be. This program provided me with the opportunities to think about and deal with larger ideologies while channeling my efforts towards my final aim. ON Moti Basecamp has aided me in walking along the path where I can plainly see my dedication and hard work have yielded the best results. Today, I will share with you my story on All in a Rush. The journey of life, as we all know, has its ups and downs. Growing up, we are always told we Kashmiris only have our books. Books, they are our bread and butter. As a little boy, I used to get irritated by the constant reminder to study and to do well at school. But later, I understood after my 10th grade when I saw that it was tough to get into a good school to prepare me for the entrance exam or to get into a top college. So I went with the flow of what we Kashmiris had been told about the golden career opportunities. That is, either be a doctor or an engineer. After giving my all to entrance exams to get a place in an engineering college, I landed up in Mumbai. I was very happy and excited to be in such a big city after living in a small town. The city of dreams, people say. As I was also there with a dream and purpose, a dream that I had seen long ago, to live in a big city, have my own house, a luxurious car, and everything I really ever wanted. I chose to be an IT engineer, though I wanted to do engineering in Pune, which is another city in Maharashtra, because all of my friends were there. But I guess something else was written in my fate. I quickly learned that people here are not what they pretend to be. They tell you something and be something else. Some people can crush your dreams so as to get ahead for themselves. And when I got into the Mumbai University, I saw students here and different from where I came from. They seemed more serious about the studies than how they looked. I was very surprised. The students that came to in my college, they were wearing slippers and they didn't bother to dress up or groom themselves properly. I tried to understand their behavior, but made sure I kept my own sense of identity. I'm a Kashmiri Pandit who's here leaving behind all the problems and to make a better future for myself and my family. My engineering life has too been through many ups and downs. From failing in 5 subjects in my first semester and scoring 9.8 GPA in the final semester with an aggregate of 6.32 GPA. I had come a long way. And trust me when I say 9.8 GPA for a person who failed in his first semester and who nearly have had an year drop I learned the lessons of life in a very hard way. I remember when I was sitting for my first semester exams, I had casually studied like it was like, junior high school exam. I wrote all my papers confidently. I knew I would pass, but I failed. I still remember that night when the results came. I was stunned to see my report card. I burst into tears. I called my parents and I couldn't stop crying because for the first time I have ever failed in my life, and that too in studies. I felt like I should quit and go back to Jammu and do something else. So many things were going on in my mind. What will people think? I have disgraced my family name. Am I an utter failure? Then both my parents said, son, don't worry. It's okay. Everyone fails at their first attempt to do something, but that doesn't mean that you're not capable of pulling themselves up. And my father said, I know you, my dear son. You are no quitter. Neither are you a dumb. So stop crying and face this reality. Accept that you didn't work hard, so this happened. I realized then and there where I went wrong. My overconfidence was my downfall. So I had to buckle up and clear all 11 subjects in my next semester, which was just 4 months away. I slogged day and night to pass my exams. After completing my engineering degree, I started preparing for my MBA. So now you must be thinking, why would an engineer need an MBA? Well, I had always been interested in business, even though it's not a tradition in my family. But I knew I had it in me to be good at business. I was the only one that brought in many sponsors for my college event. I realized that engineering combined with my marketing skills will take me much further. So my next goal was to study super hard for my entrance exams to get myself into one of the top business schools in Mumbai. And today, after completing my first semester in my MBA program, I have already received an internship opportunity with a consulting firm in the city. It's just my first step in the glowing global. And along the way, I really want to give back to my community, just like Mr. and Mrs. Sunil and Nomita Thar. From the bottom of my heart, I would like to say thank you for all that you have done for me and my fellow Kashmiri Pandits. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mayur. From the bottom of my heart, I'll say your journey has overwhelmed me. More success to you. And one day, when you become more successful, I'll come and take an autograph from you. How about that?
No, it's all because of you, ma'am. Thank you.
No. It's your hard work. Thanks
With
for
your
allowing
guidance.
us to work it. Thank you. All right. So now I have this young, chirpy Ritu Paul. Hi, Ritu. How are you? Let's hear a hello from you.
Hello, ma'am. I'm great.
So what do you want to tell everyone on the screen?
So, thank you, everyone. Good evening, guests, mentors, and my fellow mentees. It's my pleasure to welcome you all on this exciting session. I feel blessed to be a part of this program from which I have learned many things. From to be a shy little girl to being a philanthropist in the future. So now I want to share my speech, and now we're moving to my speech.
All right, let's listen to our little girl who will talk about her grandfather and her journey with her grandfather and the fragrance of a walnut tree. So let's all go on a journey with Ritu Kaul. Jafar, let's hear Ritu.
Namaste everyone. I am Ritu Kaul and my age is 21 years old. Currently pursuing 4-year engineering program from Punjab Technical University in India. As a human being, we all know at every stage of life we learn something, and sometimes learning makes a huge impact on us. After coming to ON Moti Base Camp, I came to know that I want to be a philanthropist so that I could help others too in the same way as I am getting from this mentorship program. Although I am doing engineering, but I think we should also know the basics and necessity of living a life, and I am now ready to face challenges in my life. And I have learned so many things in the mentorship program, and it has helped me and enhanced my personality at the most. So, the topic of my speech is fragrance of walnut tree. We all have some childhood memories. I would like to give you a glimpse of my childhood as a piece of beautiful memory so that you all could relate to it. I was very close to my late grandfather. We were like friends and enjoyed every moment spent together. He used to give me money to buy snacks, but also said, don't tell anyone, else they will ask them for them too. He taught me how to make paper bags. He sometimes used to play with me. He loved to call me as Changu Mambu, and I loved to hear it. He taught me many life lessons as how to protect yourself from anyone, whether it is a good touch or a bad touch. He was always there for me. In his young age, he was a police officer. He used to teach me etiquette and manners as how to behave with others. And always said, too good, you will get the fruit of your definitely. I love to spend time with him. He taught me many Kashmiri bhajans. And whenever I used to go to his place, he used to take a test of me and gave a chocolate in reward. The bhajan here are Kashmiri devotional songs, and I love to sing them. Some of them were I Say Sharan Kartam, song dedicated to Lord Ganesha. Swakti Sampada, dedicated to all goddesses. The meaning of the first song is, please Lord give me your is to give his blessings on us. And second is Swakti Sampada. Please all goddesses give us the happiness and prosperity that we need. I remember a very beautiful memory of me and my grandfather when we went to Kashmir Valley. I would like to call it as the fragrance of walnut. I remember when I was 12 years old, I went to Anantnag in Kashmir with my grandparents and my mother. This was during my summer holidays when my grandfather, Sri Shamlal Bhatt, who has now sadly passed on, told me we are going to visit a village. I was so excited by the prospect, I couldn't sleep that night. My mom, hearing me fidgeting about, came to my room and gave me a bit of scolding and said, you better sleep now. If you want to get up early in the morning, sleep with us. Suitably submissive, I covered my face with a blanket and I pretended I was going to sleep. But sleep, truth to be told, was impossible. How could I sleep with all those imaginary visuals of visiting my village for the first time in my life, crowding my brain? Before I knew, those lovely thoughts had lured me to sleep. Bright and early the next morning, I was up and about and already dressed when my mom came to wake me up. Everyone was shocked to see me all dressed and ready to go, given the fact that normally what a struggle it used to get, what a struggle it used to be to get me out of the bed early. I could barely contain my excitement. The auto rickshaw grandfather had booked for morning has arrived to pick us up. Impatiently, I kept telling everyone, hurry up, hurry up. Then the auto rickshaw driver, who was very nice to us, helped us to pile our luggage into the rickshaw and swiftly drove us to the bus stand. We got into the bus. We discovered there were many friends of my grandfather who had already boarded up. We used to call my grandfather as Teddy Mama. He was very close to me. I sat beside him and felt safe in the whole world. When we were about to reach, Daddy Mara said, "Hey, get up and get your bags. We are going to reach there shortly." At that moment, I could sense the same excitement in Daddy Mara too. When we reached the village, a neighbor of ours had come to receive us and help us with the luggage. We were welcomed with a glass of hot sheet chai, a popular tea on cushion in Kashmir. I was enthralled by the beauty all over around us. Despite the cold breeze, against which I was warmly kept. Next day, I made some friends. Amongst all the fun we had, they taught me how to climb the walnut tree, going by a pretty little stream. You may not be aware that the walnut tree has many uses. We can make a toothbrush from its bark, and a beautiful furniture is carved from its wood. When I first tried to climb it, I was quite scared and was not at all convinced. But Zara, a friend of mine, assured me I could do it while I was climbing the tree. Holding on the lower branch for support, suddenly one of my slippers fell into the stream. And I started worrying. But Zara told me not to worry, as the stream was quite shallow and we would be able to retrieve the slipper quite easily. Sliding down the tree rapidly, I tried to chase the slipper, but it evaded me at a mosque which was near our house. When I tried to enter the mosque, Zara stopped me and said, "Don't go inside, girls are not allowed there." I was surprised to hear this and asked her, "Why is it so?" She said, "Even I don't know why, but my parents told me this, so I told you." Then I became frightened again, imagining the anger on mom's face when she learned about the lost slipper. I cried aloud, "Oh my Lord, today is the last day of mine on the earth. Please save me." But Zara calmed me down and brought me a new pair of slippers, and I shared the whole incident with my mother, hoping that she wouldn't get too angry with me. But she said, "You fool, don't you have any sense about how to do things? The only thing you know is to how to irritate us." On that day, I realized that a child, regardless of whatever you do, you will always get beat. You will always get scolded by your parents. At last, I want to say that in everyone's life, there is a person who becomes an inspiration for his or her success. And after reading a book, Ikigai, my perception of success changed the whole way. I suggest you all to read the book once in your life, and for sure, it will make a great impact on you. Hope you liked it and enjoyed it. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Ritu. Now I will call upon Shireen Kaul, who will share with us discovery of myself. But Shireen, would you like to introduce yourself? I don't seem to see you on the screen. Hi, Shireen.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Can you hear and
Yes.
see me
Yeah,
now?
I can. Yeah, I can.
Okay. So greetings to one and all present here, and also to my fellow mentees. I'm really happy to be out here today and attend this ceremony. I would like to use this opportunity to extend my heartfelt gratitude to my mentors, be it visiting mentors or our chief mentors, and also to the honorable jury for being there with us today. My name is Shirin Kaul, and as Sunil sir said initially that I am aspiring to be a diplomat. I'm a language enthusiast, and apart from that, my today's topic is the discovery of myself. This topic is a real account of how I actually identified my inner passion throughout the course of this program. So this program definitely means a lot to me. And let's see how it means a lot to me and how did I get to choose my topic and spoke what I want to speak today. Thank you so much. Can we have the speech, please?
Thank you. Jafar, we will have Shirin's speech now, please.
Greetings to honorable jury members, your excellency, my dear mentors, and my fellow BASECAMPers. I'm Shirin Kaur and I'm a 21 years old political science graduate from the University of Delhi. I have keen interest in the field of international relations and diplomacy. I'm an active debater and a political science enthusiast. I'm also a language enthusiast. I know French, German, Chinese, and also English for that matter. So my today's topic is discovering myself. And with all with your permission, I would like to begin. Now, I'm sure that majority of you sitting out here would agree to the fact that discovering our inner passion isn't easy. It isn't a piece of cake. What my passion and goal is,
Sorry for the
well,
inconvenience.
you discover
Can
it
you stop this?
as the process or the answer lies in the process of discovering it. Ever since my childhood, I'm glad that my parents have always focused on making me an all-rounder. I'm glad that I had that privilege of choosing what my interests and hobbies are and pursuing them without any sort of fear. Now, as I've always been an A grader, it had been never, a responsibility on me to choose or to be thinking about what I want to do in the future because I always knew that I could do anything I wanted. At least at that point in time, I had that perception of it. But yes, I have to admit that the story isn't as rosy as it seems, and my perceptions were, of course, some sort of delusions in the beginning, which we discovered towards the end of my speech that how everything changed and what were the share of struggles while I was in the process of discovering myself. To be honest, when I was in grade 10 and there was a point, the career changing point in my life and I had to choose my stream, I thought that having 10 or having 10 CGPA in all my subjects meant that I could do well in anything I wanted to. So therefore, I chose science as an option because at that point in time, I loved science and I thought I'm the perfect fit for that. But soon, towards the end of my grade 12, I realized that this is not my calling. This is not something which I want to do because from within me, there was a voice telling me that, Shiri, this isn't something which you want to pursue. Your passion, your interest lies in something else. And that's when exactly my introspection began. I started to think what I was good at, what I wanted to do, and how to do that. It struck in my mind that ever since my grade 8, I have always been an active debater, as I mentioned in the beginning as well. I believe doing model conferences and debate competitions was helping me out to discover my own passion. Maybe discussing about social issues, maybe discussing about international politics or world issues was something which was more intriguing to me and was something that I wanted to daily research upon. Therefore, I decided that without any further ado, I should pursue my undergraduation in political science honors. And I'm happy to know that my parents and my family supported me even at that stage of my life. But now, you must be thinking that it would have been so easy for me after that because finally I had discovered my passion and I was doing something that I wanted to, right? But no. Nearly about when these 3 years ended, although those 3 years of my undergraduation were blissful, but nearly when they were ending, I had no clue, absolutely no clue what I wanted to do. I just knew that I wanted to be a diplomat. But what was the way out? What was my plan? Have I discovered myself enough? Or was something missing? I felt that something was missing. Why? Because everybody around me kept questioning me. What do you want to become? What's your future? Tell us about your future plan. I had no answer to that. That's when I felt hopeless. But to my surprise, I came across this amazing program for own based, and I'm thankful to Mamata Ma'am, sir, and Ganesha for bringing out this program to me And children like me giving us this opportunity to explore ourselves, to explore our passion, to groom ourselves. It was while the sessions we went through all this course of this program, I realized that what I was more good at. And when my mentors kept on questioning me, kept on checking upon my knowledge, asking me different things on different issues, having regular interactions with them and my peers, it really helped me to excel and to finally channelize where I wanted my future energy to go towards. Before I realized that international relations or masters in international relations is something which I want to do initially, and thereafter become an ambassador. I feel honored, I feel happy that I have this clarity in my mind today, which was very hard to get at one point in time. And I have no more confusions. Today, I can pledge with all the confidence that whatever I have thought of becoming, I will. Because I'm no more going to deviate from it. Because I finally have found my calling. And I believe that many children like me who have been confused in their lives will also find their calling. Because what we want to become and what we actually are, what our inner passions are, it's not always the same. Like, you want it to happen and that has to happen there and then. No. Sometimes we keep questioning ourselves, we keep asking ourselves what we want to do, what are we doing, are we happy with what we're doing, and then we come to a conclusion of what we finally want to do. That was my story, and I hope you feel glad about it. I hope you liked it all the way. Thank you so much for being such a wonderful audience, and thank you for understanding all that I wanted to do today. Thanks to my mentors and my peers for encouraging me throughout the course of this journey. And at last, I would like to end by saying that never stop questioning yourself, never stop pushing your boundaries, keep discovering yourself just like I discovered myself. Thank you, that's been my time.
Thank you very much, Shirin. Should I call you Your Excellency? Because you will be a future diplomat. I'm very sure about that. And hopefully I'll get to work with you and do a magazine for the mission you run. Well said, Shirin. Now my the next participant is Sukhruthi Bhatt. Sukhruthi, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everyone. My heartiest greetings and welcome to all the dignitaries and guest presenters. I really look forward that you would like today's session, and today's session would create a strong impact on all of us and also would succeed in creating a positive bond among all of us. So hope you like my presentation. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you, Sukhruthi. Jafar, we want to hear Sukhruthi. What does she say about the ancient wisdom?
Namaste. My name is Sukhruthi. I'm 25 years old. I'm basically a Sanskrit student, currently working in a private firm as a social media analyst. The reason for which I joined the ON Moti BASECAMP 6 Steps to Summit program was to build up my confidence and to streamline my focus and personality. And thanks to my mentors that I smoothly achieved that goal, which led to focus on my ancient wisdom. And yes, that is the topic of my speech today. Well, when I said namaste in start, you might all know that it is just an Indian way to greet each other. But do you all know what it really means? Let me tell you. The actual word is Namaste from Sanskrit, as we believe that God resides inside each and every living being. It means, I bow to the God present in you. So as I have started my speech Sanskritically, I would like to tell you that I did my master's in Sanskrit after doing bachelor's in science. I was about to pursue my career with science earlier though, till one day I listened to someone talking in Sanskrit in front of me. That was a sudden eureka moment for me, that I decided to dive deep into the roots of this language, the language which is the soul of our Indian culture, the language that talks about everything, science, astrology, mathematics, philosophy, surgery, and what not. Talking about music and dance And theatre, we have Natya Shastra. About medicine, we have Charat Samhita. For surgery, we have Sushruth Samhita. And of course, no one can deny the beauty and intelligence of erotics, paintings, and art in one of the most popular literature about which I'm sure you all must have heard. Yes, the Kama Sutra. Also, you all have definitely heard or probably used this word in your day-to-day life, which is karma. But have you ever wondered what it truly means? As a Sanskrit speaker, I had this chance to know about its real meaning that I'm gonna share with you all. Literally, karma is anything that you do with the help of your physical self. The only thing that matters is good or bad karma. One can know about it in Bhagavad Gita, in which Sri Krishna says, Yagyartha karmano netra lokoyam karma bandhanah tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangha samacharaha. He says that one should do his karma or work to satisfy the Almighty and leave the results up to Him. In that way, you will always remain free of any bondage. Now imagine that you are at home alone, relaxing on Sunday. Suddenly you felt hungry. Now, you being lazy, what would you do? Talking about myself, I would be in no mood to prepare a full meal. I would rather get up, go to the kitchen, make some instant noodles or have tea with bread or something like that, right? But now imagine that your boss or anyone whom you respect or love a lot is coming for lunch. What would you do now? With no doubt, you will prepare excellent meals or might even decorate the house as well. So, this is what the real goal of karma is. You must do whatever you do thinking that you are doing it for the Almighty or anyone whom you love or admire. And trust me, it will be the best you could do. When you do anything to impress someone you admire the most, there is no place for wrong karma. So, this is the lesson our Sanskrit has given to us all. Now let me tell you about the magic and uniqueness of this language. Take a sentence, for example, my name is Sukhruthi. Everyone understands it, right? But if I say name is Sukhruthi Mai, everything goes wrong. But this is not in the case of Sanskrit. It is the only language in the world in which if you jumble the positions of the words in a sentence, the meaning remains as it is. Another thing is that it has number of synonyms of a single word in its vocabulary. English has one word for love, but Sanskrit has almost 96. And do you know that NASA scientists say that it is the only unambiguous language in existence? That is why it is also considered as the most computer-friendly language. Now, there was a tweet from 2019 in which Lady Gaga says, Lokah samasto sukhino bhavantu, a Sanskrit word which means may the entire world and its people live in peace and harmony. Hollywood singer Katy Perry was also seen wearing a tattoo with the Sanskrit quote Anugachati Pravaha, meaning to go with the flow. Why am I saying this is because despite being so rich and filled with knowledge, and even after being acknowledged internationally, we, the people of India, who should have been the torch-bearers of this language to promote it, are losing interest in it. In order to stay in pace with the modern world, we are forgetting our ancient wisdom. That is why I think it is my responsibility and commitment to have my little contribution towards my roots and its culture. It has given so much to the society we are looking at present. One of the best and famous examples I can give is that of yoga. Linking it with the modern era, everyone would agree that it is the best gift that Sanskrit has given us in this disastrous COVID-19 pandemic situation. Now, there are so many factitious things that I could have shared with you all, but time is less. So I would like to conclude my speech by saying a shloka of Bhagavad Gita, which has motivated me every time whenever I'm stressed or stuck in my life. Matra spashastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkhadah agama payino nitya sansasikshasva bharata. Winters and summers are temporary in nature. Similarly, pain and pleasure are impermanent. They will come and go away. Learn to tolerate them without being affected by them. Nothing is permanent in this world. The only thing that is constantly changing is change. So don't worry. Namaste.
Namaste. Oh my God, where did this little girl get so much wisdom? I'm in awe of all your sharing. Thank you very much. Enjoyed every bit of your speech.
Thank you so much.
Now, thank you. You were amazing. God bless you. Yashika Mantu, say hello to everybody and tell us what you have to share today with all of us.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. I, Ashika Mantu, would extend my warm welcome to our guests, mentors, and viewers present here at the graduation ceremony of ON Moti Basecamp. I look forward to enjoy this event and bless this occasion with your presence. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Jafar, let's see what Yashika wants to say about the great chemistry.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Yashika Mantu, 22-year-old chemistry postgraduate student from India. ON Moti Basecamp is a place where I have learned, laughed, and shared experiences. It has transformed me from a person lacking confidence to someone I had never thought of. This program gave me a platform to think and work with bigger ideologies and utilizing my energy towards my ultimate goal. ON Moti Basecamp has helped me walk to the path where I can clearly see my passion and hard work give the most fruitful outcome. Today, I'm here to share with you my thoughts on the great chemistry. Let me ask you a question. What do you think when I say the word chemistry? Chances are most of us would think in terms of whether somebody gets along with somebody else. As a postgraduate student in chemistry, my outlook is chemical, full of atoms and molecules. But like most people, I am just as fascinated as others with chemistry of relationships. Today, I'm going to talk about the reactions. No, not the one that I perform in practical labs, but the one that has already been started between you and me. The reactions between partners, friends, family. It could be between strangers like some of you were to me today, but not anymore because in some way we have connected. And I would describe that as the great chemistry. You might ask how I relate to this. When I go to lab, take a conical flask and mix different chemicals, I see wonderful reactions taking place. In the same way as psychologist C.J. Jung said, the meeting of two personalities is like contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. Everyone says it, chemistry is must. And I'm not talking about chemistry of chemicals, but the chemistry between partners. I always ask myself this question, what exactly is chemistry? And is it really the best indicator of a good relationship? On the scientific side, chemistry is a mixture of hormones and neurotransmitters. How do they affect our psychology? One researcher on human behavior, Helen Fisher, believes there are 4 personalities. As I mentioned them, maybe you could identify yourself as one of them. Have you ever seen people or yourself as creative, adventurous? That's the first personality, the explorer. They are full of energy and always roaming with a hungry heart. Then there are builders who are cautious but not fearful. They have clear memory of yesterday's mistakes, so they prepare themselves beforehand. The third personality is director. Although they are competitive, pay extra attention to details, and sometimes a little uncompromising, but thanks to their loyalty and interest in sharing ideas, director make close friends. Also, they can be really protective of those they love. The last personality type is negotiator. They are superb at handling people and share empathetic side with people around them. If I talk about myself, I'm more on the empathetic side, having ability to understand and share feelings. Chemistry as a whole is energetic. We can't see it, but we can feel it, even though it's unspoken and intangible. Have you ever felt the emotional connection with someone at any phase of your life? Like when we are born, it's with our mother. As we grow, it's with our friends. Well, I think everyone must have experienced that. And you know what people say? Is that chemistry is an unconscious decision. But I feel in reality, chemistry is not a decision at all. But it is that profound emotional connection between individuals that we sense and feel at a deeper level. Let me share a personal experience with you. But at first, do you know what inert gas is? Let's get back to my chemistry. The 18th group of periodic table is inert gas, and they usually don't react with other elements. Why I mention this is because just like that, I was an introvert and a loner with hardly any friends. So I would say I was acting as an inert gas for 16 years, which is terrible. Until one day, I went to a coaching class and met a kind-hearted soul who, just like an exception in chemistry, tried hard to break my outer shell. Eureka! She succeeded, and that has made all the difference in my life. Maybe it has happened to you too, where somebody made difference in your life. But do you think the magic of chemistry is only in friendships? How do I know I should be friends with a certain person? Have you ever seen and read about businesses doing great and customers being extremely happy and satisfied with the company? How does it work? Just like the most popular element in chemistry, Mr. Carbon atom, bonds with four elements and become the center of compound. Any institution or company is centered by that one person who binds the whole group, the employees, clients, customers, and fellow colleagues. That's business chemistry. What about strangers meeting on a train or a bus in a shopping complex and someone was kind enough to get your package from the highest rack and you just clicked? Well, we all have run into these incidents, haven't we? The first time we meet a person or cross paths, the emotion we feel is attraction. This attraction is chemistry. But the real friendship or relationship is not only confined to the walls of chemistry superficially, it is deeper and more profound. Whenever I think about relationships, I think about the bonds we share. I would say a right relationship is like a covalent bond, a bond in which we share ourselves, our feelings, emotions, values, where both the ends equally hold on to each other very strongly, sharing mutual interests like electrons. Maybe that's the state where we madly fall in love with someone. But then again, as we say, love can be blind. Chemistry can also go the wrong way. There could be warning signs that people don't wish to see. Through these years, I have learned that we generally think we are good at having chemistry with others, be it love, friendship, or business, and that our gut feeling is right somehow. But I don't think we are accurate in predicting. Of course, it's not enough. There are factors and characteristics that don't match, the vibes that get intersected at wrong places, and we repel like two same poles of magnet. In my ending note, I would conclude that it's important to give time to everything and never solely trust on just one factor. Chemistry can lead us to some confusing ends, but it's as important as sunlight for photosynthesis. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Yashika. I could feel the chemistry right here in Singapore, and Manjeet is feeling it in Australia, and Johan Berger in UAE, Ambassador in South Africa. Oh my God, you've blown us away. Thank you very much. Now, before I request the judges to talk about what they heard, I would like Akash Paul, who began as a mentee with us, but now we are very proud to have him as part of Sun Media in Singapore. So Akash, say a few. He's a budding singer, has thousands and millions of views on whenever he sings. So Akash, say a few words and talk to everyone.
Greetings to everyone. I am Akash Paul, and it has been my proud privilege to be a part of ON Moti BASECAMP 6 Steps to Summit. The exposure and learning at BASECAMP under the benevolent leadership of Mr. Sunil Dhar sir and Ms. Nomita Dhar ma'am, has culminated into a wonderful opportunity for me as a research and marketing analyst at Sun Media now. So here today, I'm not contesting as a mentee, but yes, I'm a part of Sun Media now. So I'm welcoming and thanking you all on the behalf of Sun Media.
Thank you so much. Thanks for being part of the family. All right. So now may I request Mr. Johann Berger if he is ready with his observation and what he would like to tell all the mentees who worked so hard for the moment.
Right, Namita, thank you so much. Yes, when I started listening to the presentations, I actually made notes on, presentation skills, very good preparation, confidence, etc. Then I realized as I went along that this was something that was common to all of them. So I would like to congratulate the coaches that have done an excellent job, because one thing that is really very clear is that all 7 of these delegates have done an excellent job in preparing their talks and conveyed the talk, presented it with confidence in their skills, talk with their hands, their face. It was something to behold. A couple of points that I took out with me is that they found the course to be a great learning experience and enjoyed it. A platform to think big, to get to know themselves better, and then allow me to make just a few points from each one that I took out. And I'm not going to names of the speakers, but just highlight the points. The fact that you need to be a fast learner and a hard worker and always need to do your best. Akanksha made the point. Very important attributes. Even if you are a fast learner, without hard work, you get nowhere. I always told my children, hard work counts. Track record is very important. Direction. You need to understand where you're going to, getting a feel for what it is that you want to do, and developing yourself on this path of growth and development, embracing your own destiny, for me was a point that also came out very importantly. Thinking about the big picture. Dr. Pillay made the point you need to think greatest, not think big, think biggest. And Mayur made the point about the fact, it was the first one to make the point, thinking about life, thinking about the big picture, embracing it. I really like that. Got the insight in terms of who and what he is, and the importance of maintaining your self-identity, not losing yourself within the crowd, but staying true to yourself. Very important. And also then something which he actually then mentioned was the importance of taking responsibility for his failure. He didn't try and duck and dive and say, right, but it's this and that. He accepted it was his fault, and I really appreciate that. Our philanthropist making the point, the focus of paying back. It's not just about receiving, it's about giving. And obviously this whole initiative of Namita and Sunil is about giving back. I think it's wonderful for our future leaders to understand the importance of giving back into society, and also embracing past experiences as a guide for future performance, embracing peoples who were close to you, to use that as a kind of a benchmark, as a guiding beacon going forward. I very much like that idea as well. Our diplomat displays an insight into who she was, what made her tick, what she was interested in. Very clear, getting that understanding. Otherwise, you're all over the place, and that you cannot be. You need to understand in who and what you are. And the sooner you can achieve that position in life, the better off you're going to be. And she used this BASECAMP to gain greater insight into who she was, develop the confidence on the road ahead. And the point that you made, never stop pushing your boundaries. The moment you become complacent, you have a problem. Right, Sanskrit. Right, I learned a few things tonight. I found it fascinating how Sukhruthi was able to link Sanskrit, which is a very old language, to the modern era. and to attach meaning to words that we tend to say, as a form of greeting. Yeah, namaste. But actually greeting the God within you. I learned from that. Your face talks, Sukhruthi. It talks with you and it binds people to you, which is an excellent ability to have. And then a point also you made towards the end. Only constant is change. One tends to say that a lot, but it's a very important point to understand and to act upon that. Right, chemistry. When I first heard chemistry, I thought, okay, this is going to be dry and dust, because let's face it, 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen can never make anybody excited. Hell, was I wrong? You really took something which can be quite mathematical, if you want to call it, and you made it alive, linking it to the chemistry between people, between businesses and customers and employees, the profiles of those personalities. Man, you're a very good speaker, very eloquent and engaging. Your face also speaks, your hands. Also like the personality profiles that you brought out. So in addition, the last point I made, and it links to one of the first speakers that I mentioned just now, is you took this as a platform to think about bigger ideologies. And that is always good when you can take an experience and plug it into your sort of your context, your arena, and make it work for you in a very meaningful manner. I hope I've not overstayed my welcome. I enjoyed myself thoroughly listening to your talks. I had the opportunity listening earlier this afternoon, again this evening, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Namita, I'm finished.
Unmute, please.
You are on mute, ma'am. Ma'am, you are on mute.
Namita, you're muted.
Sorry about that. It was music to my ears, so I I got so mesmerized by your feedback. Thank you, Johan. And I'm sure the mentees are happy with such observation by you, and it's going to, I mean, as we call this program, we call it BASECAMP, which means sky is your limit. Even the planets, galaxies, you can reach where you want. And that is where my dad is right now, and he must be showering blessings on all of you. And I'm very, very happy that we were able to do this on this day. Now, my dear friend Priyanka Ray, who has done wonderful work with youth in Singapore and has made a big name for herself. Thank you for your time, and please enlighten our mentees on your observations.
Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm just so overwhelmed to see and hear from you all. I remember when Nomita was scribbling about this whole idea some 1 year ago, and then finally I see this up and so beautifully done. So congratulations, Nomita, and congratulations, Sunil. This is beautiful. And now coming to all the speakers, I agree with Johan. I do not know what to say to whom, because all of you are just so confident. And I keep hearing I overcame my fear of public speaking, and I'm thinking like, what? Because I cannot see any fear anywhere. And so if you had fear, I mean, congratulations, we couldn't figure it out. So well done, all of you. It's a pity to be giving any kind of marks to anyone, because I think all of you are just brilliant. And I would like to congratulate you all for all the conviction. And there's something which is across to all the speakers. There's the sincerity that I see. It comes from the heart and it touches our heart. So, you know, when you have got that, everything else is just like little bit of things. Doesn't matter. So beautifully done. But I would like to mention each one of you, because I really found everything you said so beautiful. So let me come to the youngest, Akansha. You have such honesty in things that you say that it is really difficult not to believe each word. And so when you say that you motivate others, I completely believe you, because you motivated me too. And I really hope that you do something great in life. I'll be cheering you on, and I'm sure anyone you meet will be cheering you on, because there's so much of honesty in everything you say, and the way you say and the way you present yourself is so unbelievable. So good luck with everything. Let me come to Devanshu. You also said you overcame your fear. Congratulations. There was no fear that I could see. It was a very confident speech. Another thing that I really want to congratulate you is the gratitude. Gratitude is such an important thing to have. And that's what I saw in your speech. So very well done. Also, there is something that I liked in what you said, that building my own destiny. You know, very few people think of that so early on. So if you did, it's great. And I hope you conquer your world as you plan. Coming to Mayur, what a nicely done speech. I really, really, really enjoyed it. And also a big shout out to your parents who said things that I really hope all parents are able to say to their kids. Like, I believe in you, I support you, and yet I'm going to not be, sugarcoating and saying that, oh, you did great, when you actually did not, and maybe you did not put in hard work to put it across like that. So, a really big shout out to your parents. It was a very engaging and confident speech, and I hope that you do great in life. Let me come to Ritu, Fragrance of the Walnut Tree. It was such an engaging story that along with you, I could go to your village and I could, almost see you climbing up that tree, and I could almost feel that your slipper is falling down. It was so entertaining and so engaging to hear that story. And like you, I also love the whole concept of Ikigai. So congratulations on finding it so early and wishing you all the best. Shiri, discovering yourself is a big concept. It goes on through the life, and you've made a start. Congratulations. You have such conviction and confidence, the way you speak and the way you hold yourself together. You have a kind of elegance that one does not see in people, way beyond your age. So wonderfully said. And there's also something that you said, which I like, is about constantly questioning yourself, what's making me happy, and things that people stop asking after a while. It's a very important thing to keep asking, because we change our personality and what we like, our goals, very often. And we forget to keep checking in with ourselves. But you said that very important thing, and I hope each one of you remember that after every few years, you need to sit with yourself to ask yourself the question, is it the same goal that excited me once? Because what's the point in starting on something that doesn't excite you? So Kriti, I completely agree with Johan. Your face talks, your hands talk, everything about you is like a communication. And what an interesting speech. I learned so much, and I remembered my little bit of Sanskrit that I did in school. And thanks to you, I learned so much more about karma. Nobody had explained so beautifully as you did. And I really know that whatever you do, you will be successful, because you have a way of connecting with whoever is hearing you. You have a presence, and it's a beautiful presence. Also, I think what I want to point out is you proved how a little smile goes a long way in making people like whatever you're saying. So very well done. Yashika, very beautifully integrated speech of something that I dreaded, chemistry, and something that you made so interesting. And I really loved the way you said, you're so interesting to hear and so interesting to understand what you're trying to say. You're such a bright spark. I wish you all the best. And congratulations to all of you on really, really, good presence that you have. I also want to compliment Akash for his soulful thinking. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you very much, Priyanka. Thanks for sharing your wonderful insight with these young, impressionable minds. I know your feedback and your image will stay with them for a long, long time. And thank you for your valuable time and staying so late. Now, everybody knows Namita Dhar never sticks to her script. And I have Corina Lim here, who's staying up long. So I'm not going to waste this opportunity. I would request Corina to say, she's a big celebrity in Singapore, doing excellent work, lawyer by training, excellent credentials. And we are so honored to have. Corina, would you like to say something to these young minds? Hello. Hi, Corina, can you hear me? Okay, I think she didn't hear me. So now we'll go back to plan A. And now it's the time to present the awards. And to present the awards, we would like to request Rebecca Lowe from Vocal Charisma Academy, Singapore, to make the announcements. We want to also say a special thanks to Ms. Rebecca and her partner Ingrid, who were our invited mentees. They had spent their valuable time helping the mentees gain confidence and polish their scripts. They typified the kind of experts who lent their time and shared their experience. For example, Rebecca is a former television journalist with 25 years of experience with MediaCorp. She started out editing the news bulletins and then coached young reporters and newscasters to present on camera. She is now running the Vocal Charisma Academy with two hosts, Ingrid and Derek here. Over to you, Rebecca. I would request you to announce the prizes. Are you around?
Yes, I'm here. I've been watching throughout, actually. Do we do the top 3 winners, or do we go for the earlier ones that you asked me to do?
Yeah, so we will do the certification first, and then you go 3, 2, and 1.
Okay.
And you have the results. I also don't have results. Nobody came to my room.
Yeah. It feels like the Academy Awards, doesn't it? Yeah. I must say, everyone at Sun Media certainly deserves a great applause for the wonderful job that you have put together to host this grand event. I mean, I never expected you to host it to this kind of scale. That's you, Nomita. You know, you start with something and it grows bigger and bigger and bigger, and you don't know where it's going, but it goes somewhere and it's like going up towards Everest, you know. And I never thought that we would come to this when Ingrid and I went to your office that day. I can't remember, it was Corina who introduced us as well to this whole idea. And I didn't understand what you were going to do, but gosh, Nomita, I salute you and Sunil for what you have done. And like I said, you know, your father must be so proud of your accomplishment. Ayo, I cannot thank you for having us be part of this. And to all those who spoke, my God, you know, it's like, wow, you know, it's really something I never would have imagined I could see something like this. Okay, now Ingrid, it's your turn. Sorry, and this auntie is always talking too much, you know.
No, it's all good. But yeah, I was very surprised, especially when everyone was all made up or everyone was suited up with hair curled up. I had to compare the names to make sure I was looking at the right person. And it was amazing, right? Understanding everyone, each of you as individuals, and even knowing you more through all of your different stories. And yeah, it's when we saw the end product, watching the videos, and I don't even know how to put words to it, because we were looking at the script, we understand how you guys are, but to see it all come together and how you embodied the stories, wow, it makes us feel so proud, you know, like proud parents.
Yeah.
So yeah,
but I'm also speechless.
Yeah.
I'm
correct.
Speechless at the great stuff that I saw, and how, as Ingrid says, everyone, because of all the various coaches that have come in to their lives, how everyone looks so professional, and you can see that they're gonna make their mark in the world.
Correct.
Truly. You know, I am so honored and so grateful to be part of this whole journey. So now let's come to the announcements of this, because Nomita, being Nomita, you know, she's such a mother.
Yes.
You know, she wants to award everybody with something.
Yes.
And for starters, our baby Akansha Thakur, She certainly deserves the certificate for being the most determined mentee award recipient. She
Thank you,
I remember even, she was, when we had the Google Classroom, Akansha was the one who made sure that she sent in all her homework, even though she was having some problems with her teeth and everything. I remember you had to go to the hospital, you had some problems, and you still showed up. That's really something.
Thank you,
Well
ma'am.
done. You want to say
Congratulations.
something, Akansha?
Yes, ma'am.
Anything you like to say?
I'm very thankful to everyone who helped me in building my confidence at such level. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, the next one is Devanshu Raina. Wow, he really looks very gorgeous as well. He was the most improved performer. Well done. I really enjoyed your speech as well. Yeah, you look like a real star. Well done, dear. If you want to say something, please jump in.
Yes, I want to thank all of you and all the mentors. It's because of you, it's because of your hard work that finally pays off.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Now we have, next one is Mayur. Mayur, you suddenly juggled a few balls in the air and you managed to put it all together, Mayur. Yeah, well done. And you are the Mr. Steady, Steady and Progressive Riser Award. That's your award. Okay. Anything you like to say, Mayur?
Yes, I would really like to thank each and everyone, like the chief mentors, Mr. Sunil sir and Ms. Nomita, and all the teachers who have been through our journey. Thank you so much. It's all because of you, ma'am.
Well done. Well done.
Well done.
Yes. Then there's Ritu, who is the most, has the award for being the most determined mentee. Thank you for your wonderful story about your grandfather. I enjoyed reading it that time when we started our journey together. Yeah?
Yes.
Well done. Anything you'd like to say?
Congratulations.
Actually, I thought that in the certification there would be also mentioned that I am the naughtiest person in the base camp.
Well, I don't think so, but if you like to claim that award, you could, yeah. But yeah, it was really such a joy to hear your stories and to learn a little bit more about your culture. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Yes. Then there's Shirin. Shirin, our foreign minister in the making. Well done, Shirin. And you are also the steady and progressive riser. I really am in awe of you, especially, you're a polyglot, your ability to speak so many languages. That's amazing. Maybe you want to say thank you in different languages.
Yeah, I can. So I would say thank you first in English. Secondly, 谢谢 in Chinese, and then danke in German, and merci beaucoup in French.
Wow. Well done.
Merci beaucoup to you also.
Thank you so much, everyone, for such a wonderful award.
Yes.
Thank you.
Then Sukhruthi, our Sanskrit scholar, she received the certificate for the Creative and Culture Award. Sukhruthi, you look gorgeous today. Very different.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes. Namaste.
Congratulations.
Namaste. I would like to say in Sanskrit, Dhanyavadaha.
Wonderful. Thank you. Yes. And then Vinny. Where's my Vinny? Vinny, our Renaissance man. Where is he? Hey, Vinny. Good to see you. You have the honor of being the visionary youth, to have won the Visionary Youth Leadership Award. Well done. Anything you like to say, dear?
First of all, thanks to you for putting a nice background of my painting.
Yes, your painting. I forgot to mention that as your painting. We've come one full circle, no?
Yes, and I would really thank everyone here present. As I said in my speech also, that it's a collaborative effort of everyone, that someone becomes successful, or someone gets that motivation in his life. So it's really kudos to all of us, and cheers as well. And special thanks to Nomita ma'am and Sunil sir, because if they wouldn't have been there, my vision would have just been in my brain only. It wouldn't have, came into limelight and into the picture in the real world. So let's start bringing the change by being the change itself.
But it was a very brilliant idea when you suggested this whole concept. I think even when they started it, they didn't. Nomita and Sunil didn't think that it could grow to this level as well. I think it was the collaboration of everybody that made it happen in such a grand way. Feels like, really something very special.
Thank you.
Thank you. Then, last but not least, Yashika Mantu. She has received the award for the outstanding performance.
Thank you so much.
You were the very first person we started working with. Can you remember the first time when we did our Zoom call?
Yes, I do remember. I had a very raw script, and you made this happen. I mean, I'm everyone here, to chief mentors and all the inviting mentors, for bringing change in us. Thank you so much.
Oh, I really have seen everyone's transformation from our very first Zoom call with this backdrop, you recall? Yeah, with the painting. That was our first time that we did it. And I am so amazed at everyone, really, at your performance as well tonight.
Thank you so
done.
much.
Thank you, well done. All right, now the three winners.
Ooh, the three winners. Hey,
yes.
Nomita, you mean you don't even know?
I don't know, because nobody came to tell me, so how will I know? Nobody dares to come in the den.
Oh, okay. All right, do I have a drum roll? Drum roll.
Whoa!
Okay. Everybody is a winner tonight, but we also need to somehow honor the ones who did shine a little bit more in terms of their speeches. And what I noticed was how everyone was a lot more engaging in terms of their interaction and telling their story. So I'm so proud of how everyone has evolved. So in position number 3, the person who has done very well is our Sanskrit scholar, Sukhruthi Bhatt, who has so much wisdom that she's going to share with the world.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Well done, dear. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay. Taking second place is the person who was able to pull up his socks and get going with his life, and to make good what didn't quite go right at the beginning, Mr. Mayur Kaul. Mayur, wow, I'm so proud of you. My God, you know how we started in the beginning as well? It was quite something to see how you have really transformed your script as well. Wow, I'm so amazed.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
You really started to engage and to talk, and I see you as the with your skills in business and all. Gosh, Microsoft or Google, you never know, you're gonna rise way up there, man, pretty soon, one day. Yeah, well done.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah, and then drum roll.
Whoa!
The best speaker for the night is none other than Yashika Mantu.
Whoa!
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm immensely grateful for this appreciation and award. Thank you so much.
You really, I saw the Toastmaster in you, man, in the way that you really learned the lessons, and you had the greatest engagement in terms of how you spoke to everybody. I remember our original script when we were working on it from just talking about chemistry, and you finally brought so many things inside. I am so proud of how you've evolved, my dear. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Rebecca. Thank you, Ingrid, and congratulations, all of you. Thank you for making these improvements, making the change. And now, world is your oyster. Go live your dreams, and continue to support other children and continue giving the cycle of giving back. Now, there's one more award announcement I want to make. Like last year, I lost my father, Mr. O.N. Moti. This year, unfortunately, we also lost our father-in-law, Mr. K.N. Dhar, who was a tall man with tall ideals and a visionary too. So in his name, today, I'm very honored to start a scholarship. And for this year, we are very happy to announce this scholarship to be given to Akansha Thakur. So she will be the recipient of K.N. Dhar scholarship. We haven't given it any name yet, but we will be very part of your education journey as you go along. And thank you for being such a wonderful young lady who's going to be very successful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, our pleasure. So now after this, I'm supposed to do something. My brain has started not listening to me. Okay, now, thank you very much for giving the awards and being such wonderful mentors. Now we have given the certificates. Now I would like the mentees to say a vote of thanks to everybody who, I mean, in whatever way, you can thank me also. Yes, so who's speaking now? Yeah.
Yes, so good evening, everyone. So we deem it a great honor and privilege to propose a vote of thanks on behalf of all the mentees by giving glory to late Sri O.N. Moti for blessings our course of journey at today's occasion, making it a resounding success. We thank our guest of honor, High Commissioner of South Africa and Ambassador of Uzbekistan to Singapore for their gracious presence and encouraging us with their inspiring words. Our heartfelt thanks to Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai for contribution and constant motivation to this event.
We are grateful to our inviting mentors and judges, Professor Johan, Ms. Priyanka Ray, Mr. Paras Kher, Ms. Cherry, Ms. Rebecca, Ms. Ingrid, Mr. Karthik, Ms. Soumya, and Dr. Rohit Kohl for their able guidance and support. It is by their kindness, keen interest, and continuous support through which we grew and groomed so much better. Just like a spark of sunlight in a gloomy weather, our esteemed chief mentors, Ms. Nomita and Mr. Sunil Dhar, have taken our journey to the summit. Our gratitude would not be enough for your immense efforts and guidance through this whole journey. Our sincere thanks to Vinivesh, Arjun, and Nikita for their valuable contribution and encouraging our efforts. We express our gratefulness for having every one of you here tonight. Thank you and namaste.
Thank you and namaste.
Thank you very much for the vote of thanks. I'm thinking of vote of confidence. That means my brain is slurring now. All right. Arjun is shocked sitting in UK. What happened to my mother? All right.
Nomita, are you going to announce the group of
Yes.
the second group?
Yes, I'm getting there. So Vinivesh, I would like you to do the honor of announcing the next batch of mentees we will be taking up for next year. Vinivesh, over to you.
Thank you, Nomita ma'am. So let me introduce you all to our second batch. So the first name goes with Akash Paul. He is a hotel management graduate, loves to play football and singing in his spare time. Welcome, Akash. The second participant is the Untitled Chapter. He is a commerce undergraduate, loves to do dancing and listening music in his spare time. Welcome on board. Ayushman Bhan, he is a science undergraduate, has represented himself in Kho at college level. Welcome. Dipanshu Pandita, he is a computer science undergraduate and loves to play computer games and also create some digital art. Niharika Razdan, she is a graduate in science in the field of computers and she loves to dance, play volleyball, basketball and badminton. Pankaj Zaru, he has done bachelor's in arts, loves to do acting and has performed in theaters as well. Rishika Bhatt, she is doing bachelor's in technology in the computer science, loves to play badminton and do some sketching and singing. Ritik Bhatt, he is doing bachelor's in technology in the field of computer science, loves to play football and do some photography in his spare time. Simran Pandita, she has a graduate degree in banking and insurance, has just started her career in banking field and loves to play keyboard and do some reading. Vasundhara Mawa, she is pursuing bachelor's in journalism and mass communication. She loves to do painting and do some reading stuff in her spare time. Vishruti Trisal, she is pursuing bachelor's in dental surgery, loves to play basketball and do skating. Apart from that, she also loves singing, dancing and do photography in her spare time. I welcome you all and wish you all the best for your future and welcome to this program.
Thank you, Vinivesh, and look forward to igniting more lives. And now today we've heard speeches, we've been emotional and all of that. There's one hidden pearl amongst us who doesn't only have a sweet demeanor, but she also sings beautifully. So now, before Sunil wraps up the session, I would like to request Jafar to play Sukhruti's song. And yeah, Jafar, could we have the song, please?
The song that I'm going to present is basically a prayer to God to give us strength to overcome our mind, ourselves. The song tries to explain that before attempting to conquer others, conquer oneself. Praise yourself. So here it goes. हमको मन की शक्ति देना, मन विजय करे, दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद को जय करे. हमको मन की शक्ति देना, मन विजय करे, दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद को जय करे. हमको मन की शक्ति देना. भेद भाव अपने दिल से साफ कर सके, दोस्तों से भूल हो तो माफ कर सके, खुद पे हौसला रहे, बदी से ना डरे, दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद को जय करे. हमको मन की शक्ति देना, मन विजय करे, दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद को जय करे. हमको मन की शक्ति देना. मुश्किलें पड़े तो हम पे इतना कर्म कर, साथ दे तो धर्म का, चले तो धर्म पर,
झूठ से बचे रहे, सच कदम भरे, दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद को जय करें, हमको मन की शक्ति देना, मन विजय करे, दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद को जय करें, हमको मन की शक्ति देना. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Sukhruthi. It was so beautiful and melodic. May God give you everything you desire. I must honestly say my heart is overwhelmed with joy. We've had the opportunity to share this graduation event and the launch of book, The Legacy of Positivity by my father. It is not easy to lose a father, but this year I was able to bear the loss because God gifted me all of you. And thank you for helping me heal. Now I'll ask Mr. Dhar to give his closing remarks. I congratulate all of you and remember to invite me for your weddings, and also when you get your salary, at least send some money to me. So over to you, Mr. Dhar. Mr. Manjeet Singh is sitting in Melbourne. I think it's 2 or 3. Mr. Singh is a back-end man. Would you like to say something?
Yeah, if I can just share 10 seconds. I consider myself privileged and lucky to be part of Sun Media. And I consider myself a mentee of 20 years. I've known Nomita has an elder sister and Sunil has an older brother, and they have mentored me in my journey for the last 20 years. So I'm your most senior mentee. That's all I can say, and I'm really privileged that they are part of my life. And in parting words, please, they are your anchors. Always fall back on them. They're always there in any part and any stage of your life. That's all. Namaste and good morning.
Sat Sri Akal.
Sat Sri Akal.
Okay, now I wouldn't have done my job properly if Arjun Dhar is sitting there in UK and he doesn't say anything. So over to you, Arjun Dhar.
My part of this course was earlier in the journey, but it's been such a wonderful experience watching everybody grow. It's a really wonderful tribute to my grandfather because it reflects the values so strongly that he used to stand for his entire life. And it's been such a privilege watching, the changes that, the growth that everybody's had. I remember where it was when we started, everybody eager, everybody wanting to grow, and how much that energy and effort has translated into success. And I'm so proud of everybody, and it's such a privilege to be here today to watch it. And I'm especially proud of my parents for having actually put this together and brought it to where it is today. It's a wonderful, wonderful achievement and legacy. And I just want to thank everybody for sticking through with it to the end, because you can see, what's come out of it. It's wonderful. Thank you all for being part of this and for having me here today.
Thank you very much, Arjun. Now, over to Mr. Dhar for your closing remarks. And after that, we will close the ceremony.
I'm still singing Humko Man Ki Shakti Dina in my mind. Wow. Sukhruthi, thank you so much. Thanks, Nomita. It's late in the night, so let me begin my formal closing. Excellency Sharikov Kakraman and Excellency Modise Mokitlane, distinguished guests, mentors, mentees, participants, families of the participants, attendees from Sun Media. What a remarkable day. I'm completely overwhelmed, and I'm sure each one of us is. We were able to celebrate the life and legacy of Pandit Omkar Nath Moti in such a befitting manner that he would be proud of. My sincere appreciation to all the participants of this program, not just today, but from the day we began last year. A lot of hard work went into arriving at this graduation day, a journey of almost 1 year, and we all stuck together in this 1 year. First and foremost, the stars of this event are none other than the mentees themselves, who put in a lot of sincere and dedicated effort in lifting their own skills, making our task possible, easy, convenient, especially Vinivesh Raina, whose presence on the ground enabled us in reaching out to the candidates in a timely manner at every step. There were hurdles in the beginning. It was not easy, but Vinivesh at each point made it convenient for us to reach out, to speak to the mentees, and had the complete conviction in this program. Also, thanks to the families of mentees for encouraging them to spend time with the BASECAMP journey. So thank you all. A deep sense of gratitude to Excellency Shakirov for being with us on the occasion of ceremony, inaugural ceremony, as well as at the graduation ceremony. Also, Excellency Mukilane for encouraging students with your words of appreciation. Thanks to Dr. Radhakrishnan for making yourself available for the ceremony despite your very busy schedule. Thanks to our mentors for sparing your valuable time through this 1 year. No words of appreciation are enough for all of you, although you did all this tasks voluntarily and out of your goodwill for the students. My thanks also to Mr. Syed Jafar Al-Kaf. He's one of the Sun Media members, family members. He works in the background. Of course, Manjeet sir, you saw him just now. He's in Melbourne, early morning for him. Also Akash Paul, who worked tirelessly behind the scene in Sun Media in preparing for this graduation ceremony. Finally, I could not end this note of thanks without thanking Namita for her tireless dedication to this cause and for driving this program, engaging each student, each mentee, one by one throughout this year. Thank you, Namita. I may not have covered everyone, but thank you, whoever was connected to this program, for encouraging, supporting us throughout the journey. It's been a long one, but it's been fruitful and so satisfying one. Finally, let me take a chance to welcome the new BASECAMP batch here, hoping to keep the torch alive, continue the learning journey with a new and energetic batch. With those notes, my namaste. Thank you. Good night, good morning. See you all again next year. Thank you so much. Grateful.
Namaste.